Hi everyone. So this video is going to be in English, and actually I'm making it in order to practice my English, but I'm going to talk about me and my relationship with the Turkish language. The thing is, I started to learn Turkish properly and actively only last year in the beginning of spring, and I think that I studied for 3 months, and then I can't say that I quit. The thing is just that I picked up Italian for the summer marathon, and I didn't have a lot of time to study Turkish as I did it in spring, and so I can say that my studies became very sporadic during the summer and autumn. Then I just couldn't go back to studying it properly because, you know, Turkish remind me some kind of maybe icy mountain, and if you just got to the middle of the mountain, you'll just slide back, and then it's very difficult to go back to the studies and catch up with everything. So anyway, I tried to go back to my studies once in a while in winter, and now I'm back to my studies again, but I'm just trying to remember everything, because the most difficult part of Turkish for me at the moment is the cases. The cases in Turkish are really difficult for me, even though I'm Russian, and in Russian and in Ukrainian, I'm Russian-Ukrainian. In Russian and in Ukrainian there are cases, but I think that their system is quite different from ours. And the thing is, my father is Turkish, and when I was little, I was taken to Turkey maybe a few times in a year, and sometimes I spend there all summer. I used to go there on every holiday. My parents lived in Turkey during 2 years in the end of the 90s, in the beginning of the 21st century. I don't remember exactly, but I lived here with my grandmother, but on every holiday and in the summer I went to Turkey, and I stayed there for a while. And I remember me going out every day and buying a newspaper in Turkish from my parents. And sometimes there was a supplementary magazine for children, for Turkish children, that was supposed to help them learn English. Like, it was an English learning magazine for Turkish children. So I bought it, and I used to study Turkish with the help of this magazine. I mean that I picked up the names of fruit and vegetables, learned how to say hello, goodbye, but well, of course I picked up many things when I was a child, and I can't say that I have any accent when, well, of course maybe I have a little accent when I speak Turkish, but now if I go to Turkey, when I enter a restaurant or a cafe, and they hear me speaking Turkish, like ordering things in Turkish, of course they become very surprised, because like me with my almost blonde hair and my light skin, speaking Turkish with almost no accent. But the problem is that I actually can't handle a long conversation. I can only say hello, I would like this and that, please, how are you, my name is, I am from, I don't speak any Turkish, I'm sorry. And then, but you do speak Turkish. Well, actually no, the problem was that I didn't know any grammar. I mean, I had maybe 50 phrases memorized since I was a child, and also I had maybe a little bit more than 100 or 200 separate words memorized, and of course I knew how to count. But last year I started learning grammar because I wanted to learn to build sentences. I wanted to learn to understand big parts of something. I wanted to learn how to understand films, how to understand people talking, not just separate words of a conversation. And so I can say that it doesn't come easy to me in any way, but I'm going to keep on learning Turkish. I bought Küçük Prens, The Little Prince. I think this is the name in English, Le Petit Prince. So yeah, I found The Little Prince on a book market. We have a huge book market here where you can find second-hand books, and so I found The Little Prince in Turkish, a real Turkish edition, a very nice little book. So I hope that I'm going to read it this year with the dictionary, of course, because I opened and went through the first page and I saw that I have like maybe 2 or 3 words that I know, not more than 3 words in one page. But yeah, the book is like this, it's very little, looks like a little notebook with illustrations on every page. So yeah, I would like to make a video in Turkish every week, but the process of acquiring this language is very slow for me because Turkish happens to be an agglutinative language, a non-Indo-European language, which causes many difficulties. It takes a lot of time to memorize one single word, because even the word computer has nothing to do with the Latin word. I mean, if it's a Latin word, I don't know, but you know that computer sounds more or less similar sounds the same in I think almost all the Romance languages, and I think in Germanic languages as well. But in Turkish, no, it sounds like bilgisayar, and you can't just memorize it right away. Or maybe you can, because it sounds really weird in comparison with the word computer or computer or la computadora. Okay, so also I have to say that I really love this language. I love how it sounds. It sounds like music. I like the vowel system. I like this harmony of the vowels in this language. I also like the music in Turkish. No matter if it's rock music, pop music, or folk music, I just love the sound of Turkish music. I love the Turkish musical instruments. And well, I'm not very familiar with the Turkish literature. I think that I've only read some books written by Orhan Pamuk, and I really like them. I love them. And I'm not very familiar with the Turkish cinematography, but I have seen some films, and again, I like them. One of my favorite directors, one of my favorite directors is Fatih Akin, who happens to be Turkish, but maybe half German, I don't know. I think he was born in Germany, and he makes films half in German, half in Turkish, and I think they have very Turkish nature, very Turkish origins, and this is what I love about his films. So yeah, and I hope to go to Turkey soon again and to visit new places. I love this country very much. And okay, I think this is all for today. This was about me and Turkish. Teşekkür ederim. Hoşça kal.